and they went to war. So they went to war and they fought the war. And then in between the 13 days, there was a little lull in the battle. And the tank commander had a good look at the map and was a little confused because what he saw in the middle, left middle out of one map sheet, was written Sialkot. And when he looked on right on top of the map sheet, there was another Sialkot. Oh, he looked at it very, was totally very confused. Now, this is already 7 days gone in the war. So then he gives a kick to his gunner and said, Oye, Santok hai? Ek hi aega. Do Sialkot aege. So Santok Singh could never be outdone. He took the map back and said, Oh, Mizra, tanu kuch nahi pata. Ek hai city, duja Kent. Hun tu dab hi chal. And they fought the whole war. And when we came back victorious, they still couldn't decipher it till some good, smart youngster told them where the mistake lied. So that's what they say is, the wise. Incidentally, Santok Singh rose to be our Int JCO.
Yeah, and
when I was the adjutant.
And he was known as DGMI.
So that's how intelligent he was.
I'll just mute. Yeah. Case, over to you. Go ahead.
So thank you. Actually, my tali maar raha si, I was just reacting. But anyway, okay. When the first thing of this virtual cocktail came, so I told Chandan sir, what is this? So he said, it is, you will have this all going on where everybody. It is like, work from home to Sonia ji. Now it is like drink from home. So anyway, a small anecdote. Okay. My wife will narrate.
Anji, good evening, everybody. So nice to see everybody on the same platform. It's very, very heartening. Good evening. So I'll quickly, what happened was like when he got into the new raising, 53 Armoured, original 68 Armoured. So it was being raised in Ahmednagar. So I've been with him everywhere. So 2 small kids, I'm in Nagar with him and other ladies too. And after a few days, he says, I have to go to Avdi to Chennai for some work, tank collection or something. So I go to Chennai with him. And then in a guest room and things like that. And they say, okay, take evening. I have some time. We go to Mahabalipuram. So the van is waiting. The kids are there. The picnic baskets are there. And so much of excitement. And we sat. And it is about to start. And then he gets a call. And then he says, no, you have to go to the station. You go back home. I have to go to Mahajan. Because I think Oparakram, no?
So what happened was, I was detailed for tank collection for 53. That was Parakram. So it was a op raising. So when I had collected tanks, so they said that, okay, I said one day, let's go to Malipur. That is the time they said, that May thing happened, Kaluchak. Yeah. So they said a train is placed, you take all the tanks.
And I'm looking, the kids are looking at it. Then he left us at the station and he said, you're going back to Nagar because little bit stuff was there. So some ladies were still there and then we all, got into a huddle, kya karna hai? And there was one officer with us, Colonel Manik. That was
so I think Chennai connection is there. I'm still in Chennai. So I sent her off in the train, normal train with 2 kids, and I took the special train.
And then in Ahmednagar, ladies decided that first peace station of the unit was after Nagar was to be Amritsar. And there was nobody there, just one YC and a little bit of people, I think, because the rest all at the Mahajan and ladies were deciding if we go back home. So I said, then I was told, kya karna hai, kya nahi? I said, what I'll do is I'll go to Amritsar. So that was like, people were wondering why she's going to Amritsar. Wahan pe to kuch hai nahi, I said, nahi, finally he will come back to Amritsar only, na. So I'll go there and I'll speak to him on the phone every day. So, Colonel Mani, what was his rank that time?
So finally, I'll I didn't come, everybody was deployed. I came to Amritsar after almost 8 months.
But I'm happy and I take the pride, humble pride that I was there. I had to hold the fort. Then everybody came. Then the CEO's wife came and everybody came. It was very nice, very memorable. Thank you.
That's life in the army.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Who else would like? Renu, Mrs. Bhardwaj, yeah, please. Yeah, unmute yourself, please. Yeah.
Okay. We were posted in Hisar, and Dimpy got his posting to Delhi, and he was going to the MBT cell. So this is around 88, 89. And in Delhi for this, I mean, while he was in the MBT cell, 25 days in a month he used to be in Chennai, and it carried on for whatever 2 years he was there, and finally we moved on. And our children used to say, "Where's Dad gone?" "Oh, he's gone to see the Arjun tank, and he's gone to Chennai." Finally, my kids got married. I had a granddaughter. We were posted in Delhi when Dimpy was the DGMF. And our daughter moved from Peru to Delhi and stayed with us. And Dimpy was going to Chennai. Now, this is in 2007-8. So she said, "Dad, where are you going?" He said, "I'm going to Chennai." She said, "For what?" She said, "To see the Arjun tank." She says, "Dad, I become a mom. You're still with the Arjun tank. It's not ready as yet." So finally, when he inducted it, she said, "Thank God, the story is over."
Right. So soon after that, I landed up in CVRD. I mean, after being admonished by my daughter, so I landed up in CVRD and I got the whole lot together there, and I lashed out at them. I said, "I have been humiliated." I said, "From a lieutenant colonel to a lieutenant general, I'm still hanging around, and there is no Arjun in sight." So that's how.
Anyone else?
It is moving so fast.
HM sir.
Can I say something here?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I can see Tuti Sehgal, and I must recollect something with him when we were both in Babina. He was second lancer, I was in my regiment 68, and we landed up at Mao to do the commando course. Don't laugh. It was, on the first day of the commando course, we had to do this damn BPET. तो BPET तो किसी की हमारे उसका नहीं था बस का. So we had to do this monkey crawl. तुती साहब जो है वो उसने पकड़ा रस्सी, ऊपर चढ़ के उसको छोड़ दिया. Down he came and off we went from the course back to his regiment. I still remember that. And of course, we get back to, later when I took over from him as the AMS Armoured Corps 6A in Delhi, in that, what's it called? नीचे कमरे में था वो place. And how I landed up there only God knows. But I went to him, he said, "अच्छा तू आ गया?" ठीक है, and he vanished. 3 days till he left, I never saw him. So when I actually had to take over, I didn't know what to do. उसके बारे में तुती ने मेरे को कुछ नहीं बताया कि क्या काम करना है. Fortunately, I lasted 2 years there, but it was great fun. Tuti sir, good to see you.
Good to see you, sir. But the best part was I didn't know anything myself, yeah. मैं तो फाइलिंग क्लास था.
That's what the whole course said, I suppose.
So that's why you learned net assessment, I presume. HM sir.
कितने बजे आएगा?
HM sir, you want to say something? You have to unmute yourself. Who?
Deepak Sani wants to say.
Yeah. I was just saying, but I think Renu is missing. Renu Bhardwaj,
She's there, sir.
Yeah, Renu, why Dimpy was visiting Chennai for so long? I was there, I'll tell you why, but I'll tell you that separately. And that's why the Arjun also took such a long time.
I remember HM, all those, I think I saw it with you, those paintings from Bangladesh when you were there.
Sorry?
those paintings you had from Bangladesh, where the humans were lying, dead with the dogs and all that, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
I
Those
never
are
forgot it.
photographs. They
And
were actual
one,
photographs of the war.
yeah, terrible. And I remember that note you had copied, which was
Oh,
exactly
please,
like
please,
the
please.
those
Yeah,
amazing things.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't relish being introduced that way. A lot of people say, "Acha, HM Singh, wo forger." So, you know,
Okay. Can we have Tuti sir, you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to remind HM about the notes he used to make, yeah. Those fantastic rupee notes and 10 rupee notes which he used to make, yeah, with his own hand.
अरे वो तो एनडीए में भी था, 5 रुपए का उसके कमरे में रहता था। की नहीं है। अल्फा स्क्वाड्रन, रॉक स्क्वाड्रन, 34th.
Deepak Sani sir. Deepak Sani. I think he's signed up.
No, he better not talk, yeah. He might get picked up, yeah.
He's having a drink in the car as well in Dubai. Not bad. Anyone else? Yeah.
Bhatta.
Bhatta?
He has to unmute himself.
So,
What are these goggles you're wearing? Night vision?
I think this is night vision. We were not used to night vision till we had our visions with us. So,
I think your system's hanging.
Yeah.
You're frozen. Manoj, something from your side?
So while Bhatta gets its system sorted out, let me just narrate a small joke. So, Bhatta just had his cataract surgery. And Bhatta, sir, he just had a cataract surgery. That's why he's wearing his night vision goggles.
Yeah.
So that he sees very clearly. So when he went for his review, Mrs. Bhatta had an argument with the ophthalmologist. She says, "तूने surgery ठीक नहीं की है." And the ophthalmologist got very wild. He says, "What the hell, yeah? I mean, I'm a renowned surgeon and I did a perfect job. And Bhatta is seeing 6x6, but what's wrong?" So she responded, she says, "He still doesn't see my point of view. What the hell is for the surgery for?" Sorry, Bhatta. Dheeraj just joined me after a walk.
Good evening, everyone. Just joined in. Yeah. So I think this is something really nice that you all are patching up everyone together. So yeah. So I think we should make it more often, at least physically, we guys should meet each other. And virtually, I know it's a virtual world, but social world any day takes more.
I'm in a Zoom call. I'll just come back.
Many people, I think, were talking in between.
He goes for me to mute himself.
Yeah, go ahead, Ira.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a little formal that I am finding. So I think we should physically meet each other rather than, virtually. What's your take on it, everyone?
I suppose those from Delhi or various cities, yes, it's possible to meet, but today I think we got people from across the country. So that may not be possible. It's not only Delhi.
Okay.
People who are, in other cities as well to meet, interact, catch up, or those who haven't met over the years to at least, reconnect. I think that was the idea behind it.
Just to add to Dheeraj, sir, not to see the thunder of the COA.
Yeah. General Malik, sir, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I just want to contribute to. I mean, I have no anecdotes to narrate because I just want to say that it's such a delight being here. The reason is very simple, that over the years when we were growing up in service, I thought we were still hung up on 7 cavalry, 8 cavalry, 16 cavalry, 68, and the like. In fact, there were occasions when you would meet outside the cavalry fraternity, and there would be very little interaction. So this is great that we've got together. I had the privilege of hosting a cavalry reunion at Ahmednagar in 2000, early 2012, which was a great event. And I'd go with what Mrs. Chan said, that while this is a nation-wide get together, everybody's there from, in fact, Deepak Sani sir is in Dubai. So it's an international get together. But those of us who are in the NCR can meet, and those of us who visit the NCR, we could have these more often. So just wanted to express an opinion. Thank you.
So may I say something?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Kuldeep.
Yeah, please, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
Perhaps I'm the least known officer out of the entire lot. I'm an armored corps officer, but have been totally in an infantry environment. And this is my lovely wife, Arjuna. We've never had the opportunity to meet many cavalry officers. I grew up though I'm from Pune Horse originally, and then with 15, I'll relate two incidents about 15. One was, when I was commanding the regiment, I had a very mischievous squadron commander. He happens to have hosted this cavalry cocktails. My wife and I were sleeping, and we were in Bashas. Suddenly, you hear somebody knocking, to drive a nail into the wall for hanging a painting, and the damn brick fell between the two of us.
Almost.
It didn't almost, and I said, okay, here this guy wants to knock off his commandant. Deepak may remember that.
I missed you, sir.
I can also remember many of these. My wife can Maybe relate she to threw this, it at you, sir. My wife can relate to this issue about the Basha. She'll tell you more about it.
Good evening, everyone. And first of all, it's a great initiative by Deepak or whoever has organized this. Dere, you organized it. It's a great initiative. We can all, at least, if not meet personally, we can virtually see each other and talk to each other. So thank you so much for that. And of course, all of us, I was a typical Delhi girl. I got married to Kuldeep, and just before we were getting married, one of my uncles, who was a brigadier, he told me that, Archana, you're really lucky. You're going as the BM's wife to Mira Sahab. And there is this lovely Basha and a lovely stream in front of it.
Balol Nala.
Exactly, and the golf course and all. So, like Dolly said, all my Milson Boone started, activating. My God, I'm going to some really. And then when I landed there at night, we were sleeping, and something was jumping. I said, what's happening on the ceiling? So he says, don't worry, these are just the rats. They are up there, that they won't do anything. Because if it falls on it, there was Hessian cloth on the roof. And I was terrified. I said, God forbid, if something falls down, these rats, I could really not sleep in that room much longer. I was telling Kuldeep, we have to. But then gradually you get used to all these things, and life was good. We had a great time. And Army has been really nice, and we've had a wonderful inning.
We used to have a monitor lizard come every morning. Actually, I replaced Tony Bedi. He's on the call also. Tony was my predecessor, BM, and we had a fantastic tenure. So I went in as a BM to an infantry officer. He was also BM to an infantry officer, General Mahajan. I was BM to General Pillai. Now, one day I came back home very angry. I told my wife, the worst commander I've ever seen, useless guy, he doesn't know how to handle things, and here the BM trying to sort out everything. 15 minutes later, the commander's wife lands up. Her name was Jane Pillai. She was a Britisher. Lands up with a cake in her hand, saying, Kuldeep, I apologize on behalf of my commander, of my husband. He's a very impatient guy. don't mind him. Please, please remain in his good books. So I said, what a fantastic thing. My entire anger melted, became a thing, and we remained in touch for so many years. When he was going to Moscow, he made the mistake of asking me, "Okay, Kuldeep, we had a lovely time. Please tell me what are the things that I can learn, from my tenure. And you must have known me so well." So I wrote him a 17-page letter telling him what were his faults.
Biggest mistake he made, I think.
And Sushil Pillai wrote the day he asked me for advice.
It was a
Okay, incidentally, there's one person here who doesn't know me, but I know her father very well. Manoj's wife. Her father and I have known each other since 1960. He was also my DS in Staff College. He
That's
was from my
lovely.
father's battalion.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
one minute.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'll certainly do that. In fact,
No,
I met
I've
him
been meeting
yesterday.
him. I met him in Gurgaon. We've had lunch actually with him
Okay.
and Mrs. Verma. But
Hanji.
great person. He was my DS in Staff College also.
Okay. I'll positively, I'll be talking about you and I'll express your, love and affection for him.
Thank
Certainly.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Producer, you'll have to unmute yourself. So unmute, sir. Sir, you'll have to unmute yourself. Goswami, sir.
Okay, done.
Yeah. Okay,
I
now,
must talk about an incident which, infantry, armored corps, and so on and so forth. I was posted after Staff College with BM to 268 Brigade at Kupara. And because our course needed to get our command reports or whatever, after 1 year, we were posted back to our regiments. So वहाँ तो पहले झगड़ा हो गया कि तूने अपनी posting fix कराई है, and I didn't know a damn. And anyway, I landed up back in my regiment in Ramnadi Bari, etc., staying in 10 for 2 years. And then I got posted as BM to 27 Brigade. Brigadier Ashok Luthra was the commander. And while we were there, the corps commander came visiting. So we were lined up, and there he was, General Sharma, the corps commander. And he comes up, as he passes me, the commander says, "Sir, he's the new BM. And this is his second tenure as BM. And General Sharma, in his style, says, "What happened? You didn't love your job the first time?" I didn't have an answer to that. Our core tenure as BM was bad enough. So these kind of things happen. And then, of course, I had that privilege of commanding a damn armored brigade. And followed that, I went to an infantry brigade. Similar problems again. पहली बार नहीं सीखा, दूसरी बार सीखना पड़ा. Thank you.
That's interesting. Nice.
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay. Bhatta, you raising your hand. System is working?
Sorry, last time my connection just dropped the right moment as usual. So just a small anecdote of 15 Armored Regiment during raising. So I was the first officer commissioned into 15 Armored Regiment, and I must have joined, I think, 9 days after the raising. So that was this thing. In fact, when I had written to the CO, the letter came back undelivered, saying the regiment does not exist. So on commissioning, I had sent this letter. So I'm talking about this first field firing we had in Babina under Colonel Law. So our entire Charlie squadron was lined up firing, and it was almost evening, sundown, when the orders were given by Colonel Law, Abhi firing band karo. Clear guns. So clear guns ki ye aaya, to everyone cleared whatever was there in the barrel. We just fired it off. It was the Vijayant, by the way. And when we got when the regiment was raised, so we had some new tanks, but many of them, about 1/3 of them, were ZX series. So obviously their ICs were not working well. So the tank next to me was Naib Risaldar Salahuddin, one of my, I was one troop commander and he was the tank commander. So this guy, his IC was not working. IC means an intercommunication, this thing between him and the gunner, or the driver, or the operator. So this is a thing, this is for the ladies. So what he had tied up with his gunner was, every time I want you to fire, I'll give you a kick on the backside. So the gunner sits immediately below him. So he said, I'll give you a kick on the backside. So he was firing that way. When the chap used to say, okay, gun laid and ready to fire, he used to say, okay, fire means one kick. So now this guy couldn't hear what the COI had said, and he fired one round. So I picked up a small pebble from somewhere and threw it at him. I said, yeah, put on your headgear. So he put on his headgear, but still could not hear. So I said, stop firing, like this. Or stop firing and all that. I was a second lieutenant just a few days into the regiment. So I just stopped firing. So this guy, he said, "Oi, band kar, band kar." And he kicked his chap again. By then the loading had been done and he had fired one more. So finally, this again the thing came loaded. This chap said, ready to fire. And this guy said, who is this chap who was bloody fired? I said, come rolling up. And he said, bloody bum. तूने मरवा दिया यार, one more kick. And then the next one went. So that was our IC system in the Vijayant tank.
So we have General Rakesh Lumba. Yeah, he used to be our commander, and I can narrate his famous words. So whenever we had a dinner with General Lumba around, it had to be a sit-down dinner. You couldn't stand. And his favorite remark was, only cows stand and eat.
Anil, do you remember the time when I requested the commandant on Om Kashmir? I said, look, the co-commander is coming, and since your second in command is slated to get an outstanding report, will it be possible for you to command the regiment and let him brief the co-commander? And of course, a lot of people would know him, typical infantry officer. And I still recollect, you started indicating landmarks, and he said, not seen. So you said, sir, go back to the same place. He said, no, is that the way you indicate landmarks? Once you've indicated something, please refer to that and carry on. And here I was giving all thumbs up to Anil, not to worry, carry on. But the best thing was when I was driving with him down the hill, he said, yeah, there's something wrong. You think this chap deserves an outstanding report? I said, sure he does. I said, sir, please, with your persona, the kind of aura that you have, he got a bit flustered. That's all. So those are lovely anecdotes.
Anyone? Okay, I'm going to narrate a story from the regiment, from 62 Cavalry. This pertains to General Harwan Singh, and this is a story possibly many of you would have heard because it's done the rounds on social media. And General Harwan's put together a small book of anecdotes called In and Out of Uniform, and it's mentioned in that as well. So this relates to 1962 when the Indo-China War broke out. General Harwan was then posted in Mao, and he wanted to get back to the regiment or whatever. And sure enough, during the war, after it had broken out, he was posted to Ladakh. So he picked up his old Hindustan car and in the middle of the day decided to drive to Delhi and probably leave the car in Delhi and then fly to Ladakh. So he was driving through the Bhind Morena area where he was stopped by dacoits. And they told him, park your car. They took off all his tires, took his wallet, took his watch, took all that he had. And then out of the blue, one Sikh gentleman walks in, and he was the leader of the gang. So, and he stands at attention and salutes General Harwan and says, "Saab ji, maaf kar dena, galti ho gayi." Now the story is like this, that in those days, the color service, firstly, that, the area of Shivpuri has a lot of Sikhs in those areas, a lot of land has been given to Sikhs after partition. And he belonged to that area. And those days, the color service used to be 7 years. So he'd done his 7 years and left the regiment and had become a deployed. And was with this, operating in this gang. And he was most apologetic. And, General Harman told him, does your wife know about this, what you're up to? He said, Sabji, Janani no sana das de nahi aati. You have to keep your secrets. So then he told him, what happens if the police catch you? He said, the police is doing the same thing all the time. So what's different? I'm doing the same thing. Any case, to cut a long story short, his wheels were put back, his wallet was given back, he was given a hot cup of tea, and he was escorted through the Bin Borani area on his way to Delhi, and that's it. And that is the story. Interesting, but that's how things were.
Anil, I recollect this article being published. Exactly what you stated by General Harwant in the Tribune.
Yes, sir. True, sir.
Yeah. And let me also thank Deepak. It's great seeing the two of you, both you and Sujata, on screen, so to say. Great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sanjeev, sir, you're raising your hand. Sanjeev Lumba. You do unmute yourself, sir. Muted.
Okay. My elder brother, Rakesh, he was Colonel GS at Hisar, to a very illustrious cavalry officer, whom we all have great respect for. And they were out for an exercise. Coming back from the exercise, we met and I asked him, I said, Yaar, what is it special from a Colonel GS's standpoint that you saw in the conduct of the exercise by the GOC? So he said, Yaar, he thought about it. He says, very simple. He says, in the GOC's briefing, there were very few main points to be covered. The GOC stated that, guys, when the tanks cross the international border, they go on the trot. When they close up to the forward defensive minefield and cross the minefield, they start cantering. When they cross the IDN, they go into a supercharge. I don't think in my complete career I've heard anyone state the cavalry spirit in any better form. One or two small incidents, Bhattacharya's incident, the guy who was a gunnery officer in the 15 Armoured Regiment raising was myself. So I take part of the blame. General Sindhu, I followed him to 162 Brigade, and we lived in the same Basha on the Bhalol Nala for a lovely 2 years. Had a very busy tenure, but that brigade had an interesting way of getting deployed. So every small incident around Suchetgarh or that area, and the brigade would go forward and get deployed for 2 months, 3 months, and things like that. So I'm quite sure it is not any different now as it goes. HM sir is 63 Cavalry, my old regiment. And my first meeting with him was sometime in 1975, I think. And HM, that time a young captain, came and he kept us so engrossed with the stories of the war for the next 1 hour that it was amazing. And then he brought out 2 lovely tickets, one to Hilli and one to Jessore. And they had been calligraphed by Captain H.M. then himself. We became friends, and of course, rest is history. Thank you.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is, we're going to do something different. We have a couple
No,
of...
one sec. Let me clarify.
Yes, sir, go ahead, sir,
Let me clarify, please.
those tickets are genuine tickets. I still have them with me. I used some of them as greeting cards. I picked up these tickets from two railway stations. One was at Charkhai and the other at Bogra. They were original railway tickets of East Pakistan Railways. Behind them, you see EPR. That EPR stands for East Pakistan Railways.
Yeah.
And they are genuine tickets, which I still have with me. I also have original cap badges. I was fortunate. I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things that I was lucky to have the privilege of taking the surrender of C Squadron of 29th Cavalry. And the squadron commander, Major Syed Sharafat Hussain, he's in US now. He's a practicing lawyer, and I'm in touch with him. I have his cap badge, which I asked him for as a souvenir. And like that, I collected a lot of souvenirs, including a Pakistani flag, a Bangladeshi flag, and stuff like that. These tickets which Sanjeev is talking about, they are not calligraphed by me. Yeah, I did a lot of forgery in my life, which I'll admit. but those are originals. I mean, you can get it checked from any source, whatever you like.
HM, I don't know whether you remember, we met in Bogra at the surrender ceremony of the Shah Hussain Shah.
That's right.
I've also got the badge of 29th Cap. I think it was
Sir.
the second in command of Charlie Squadron. Very handsome guy from Karachi. And I complimented him. I said, "You're
Yes. Mukhtar. What his son became the DG ISI, retired as Lieutenant General. Yes, sir. I do remember that, sir. I do remember that. But yes, as far as what Sanjeev was talking about, and some other members also spoke about my talents and forgery. I don't know how many of you would be aware, but we used to have this exercise Great Escape in the IMA.
Yeah.
And I have an unbreakable record of that exercise Great Escape. Because all that I did was I forged a whole lot of documents. I forged a telegram saying that my grandfather, who was a surgeon in the EMC, that he had some issues, and my father wanted me back home. And I forged pad of the company commander, Major that time Major Kuldeep Dhami, ex-Sendos to Paras. He was my company commander. I forged his writing pad. I forged this telegram. I forged the adjutant's remark, that is Major Berry from Guards, saying that forward to company commander at the campsite. And Kuldeep Dhami's remark saying exempted exercise Great Escape, granted 5 days of casual leave, to collect leave certificate and railway warrant from the adjutant at the IMA. And I walked up to the RMO who was there till the end of the head count. And I told him, I said, sir, look, I have been exempted the exercise. I need to get back to the IMA. He said, fine. So I hopped into the ambulance, and that chap had to go for some wedding reception that same evening. I got into that one-ton ambulance and we drove off. En route, we were stopped by the fourth termers. I still remember a chap called R.S. Dhillon, Raj Dhillon from Engineers, who eventually joined, 410 Para Engineers. They stopped us there. And typical, the ex-India chaps were sitting and brewing tea. And they asked one of these ex-ACC fellows to go and check, whether there's any third termer traveling in that vehicle. And that guy came and asked me. I showed him the documents. I told him I've been exempted the exercise. I'm going back. So he said, fine.
And Raj Jalan called out and asked this guy, what is this all about? So he said, yeah, there's this cadet who's been exempted the exercise. He's got all the documents and he's going back in this ambulance. And Raj Jalan asked him, ये documents क्या है? HM Singh तो नहीं है. I just shut those doors, behind behind the ambulance, shut those doors. And I tapped this guy, the doctor, who was sitting in front through that window into that driver's cabin. I said, "Sir, chalo." And since he was in any case in such a great hurry, we just pushed off. And we had these guys running behind the ambulance for just about 10, 15, 20 meters. And they gave up. I was back in the IMA in good about 45 minutes. And when I went and reported to the duty officer that happened to be then Captain Brijinder Singh from Sindhas, I went there and Brijinder was not there in the duty officer's room. He was given a phone call and he came over about 10, 15 minutes later and he asked me, he said, "How are you back?" I said, "Sir, I'm back. This is the documents and this is what I've done." Would you believe it? In 2009, I had gone to meet Mrs. Praneeth Kaur, wife of Maharaja Patala Amrinder Singh, for some little requirement. And after I finished speaking with her and I was just stepping out, Major Brijinder Singh walked in and he saw me there and he looked at Praneeth Kaur and he says, "Hey, look, I don't know what he was discussing with you, but if he's giving you any documents, don't trust him." So that's what, even when Joba introduced me now in this conversation, saying, HM Singh, the guy who used to paint currency notes, I said, look, I think I've had enough of a bad reputation in terms of being a forger.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
HM, sir, HM, Anil, Anil, don't get impressed by HM, sir. HM, sir, has given a lot of us attendances in India.
Yeah, and the better friends of mine used to go for a reference to the specialists because we hardly had any specialists in the NDA. So we used to go to Command Hospital, Pune.
Okay, we go to the next event we have scheduled for this evening. A bit of fun. We've got some photographs of old senior cavalry officers, and we will flash them. And let's see how many of you can recognize them. I think most of you have served with them over the years. I've seen them in your younger days, possibly. So the first photograph coming up. Well, can you guess who all these are? Anyone?
They all muted. Unmute yourself.
You can, if you can recognize anyone, please do unmute yourself and tell us. Okay, let's see if we can. The person standing right in front of.
That's General Randhawa. Decanos.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yeah, Deepak Kapoor.
No, that's General Randhawa, Deccan Horse.
Yes, Deccan Horse.
Understood, sir.
General
Yes,
Randhawa,
sir.
Deccan Horse 87.
Jabbar, Sarv Sangam. On the left.
Who's sir? Which one?
And right behind him, I think is with that knee folded. I think that's General V.K. Kapoor.
Bas, little
Hold on a second. General Dawar, sir, possibly you know most of them.
I think that is
General Dawar, you have to
Velu,
unmute yourself.
62 cab.
General Dawar, sir, unmute yourself, please.
Where's Tariq?
See the face.
Okay.
General Dawar, sir, you're still muted. Sir, General Dawar, sir, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah, this is Tariq. This looks like this guy with the folded knee looks like Subramani. But it can't be him. He wasn't that. Yeah, I can see Tariq Shegel used to have a beard at that time.
General Dawar, sir, we can't still hear you. You're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself. No. No, sir. Still muted, sir. General Dawar, sir.
Yeah, now
Okay,
I
yes,
will.
sir.
Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Yes,
there's
sir.
Randy, this is Kini Khanda, that's me also. That's MM Goel, 62 Cavalry, Billy Bedi, Harjinder Singh, 63. Then there is Vilayadun, 62 Cavalry. There's Dimpy, 2nd Lancers. Sitting down is Kirti Kakkar. And and there's Paddy also, behind me. Sorry, that is that is Tipu Seth, 2nd Lancers, who died in the 65, who were 65 ops.
Can't see the top part of the photograph.
Top
part of the photograph not visible.
No, it's visible on my side.
We can't. It's
You
only
just
get onto the
below the
You get
shoulder.
to the next one, sir.
Actually,
Next
it should have
photograph.
been easy. It should have been easy to
Yeah, that's me who's been lifted. Kini Khanna, Tari Shergill, Paddy, BM Kapoor.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. This is Brigadier Sukhjit Singh, as you all know, Kapurthala. He had come to visit me in Jalandhar, just the other day, last year actually.
Dawar sir, just wait. Let the others identify.
Sorry?
Just wait, sir. Let the others identify. If
Yeah,
they don't,
yeah.
then you.
Yeah, this is a historical photograph I'd like to tell you. Can you hear me, please?
Sir, let other people give it a shot, then request you to come.
Okay, okay.
I think I can see extreme left is Brigadier Yogaraj.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
I can see Ravi Vandari.
I think in the center is Dillu Chaudhary also.
General Chaudhary, Chief.
No, and his brother to the left.
Also Dillu Chaudhary, Brigadier Dillu Chaudhary,
that's
very
right.
right. General Tara Singh Bal also, General Sparrow.
My God.
Cavalry dinner. 1965. 65.
Can I just take 30 seconds?
Yeah, please, sir.
You know what had happened after the 65 operations were over in September? The cavalry dinner, which used to be held in Imperial Hotel traditionally, it was delayed to December. And this was the first time that General Chaudhary, the chief, ordered everybody to come and attend the cavalry dinner, but in CVs actually. So this is a very historical photograph with General Chaudhary, General Sparrow, Major General Tara Singh Bal, Brigadier T.K. Theograj, MVC, Brigadier Kurian, Veer Chakra, and there is another Brigadier Chibber, and on the right is KCC of the ACCNS. Now, kneeling down are Bini Shergill, Kamaljeet, myself, Bobby Virdi, Indrajit. This is they're both commissioned 64. So this is a very historical photograph, which I have also presented to the regiment.
Is Hirday call.
Yes.
Muddy law.
Muddy law.
Who are the others? General Shergill is identifiable, right?
KMS Shergill, Brijinder, Viru Suroi, and Avtar Alawat.
And Avtar
Alawat on the
correct.
side.
Correct.
DK
Right.
Sharma,
Not the
DK
Brijinder,
Sharma in the
these are the
foreground and Mohite, 81 Armoured Regiment later. Actually, DK and Avtar have passed away. DK went on to 10 Armoured Regiment. Avtar, of course, commanded the regiment.
Smart guys. Lovely guys.
This is a very historic photo because you'll recognize almost about 4 lieutenant generals over here. Okay, from the left, this is Juria.
Yeah.
In fact, I think 6 lieutenant generals over here in this photo. Of course, future. Look at Balwar Thakkar. Bali Thakkar is sitting on the.
Okay.
He used to be a good-looking Sardar, and then he decided to get married to. And he decided to get married. So she said, "Okay, one of the conditions you have to grow a beard." So he became. One at the back. This is also a very historic photograph because here you can see Ami Bal and Ravi Deol and General Tarabal. And this is the famous Colonel Q in the center of the white dress.
Of the eye started stripping.
I think he was from Skinner's horse.
Radham Singh.
Another interesting photograph. This is the towing out of Colonel B.N. Kak. He is the one just where the flag is. Then you can see Amrik Virk to the right of the gun barrel and late Colonel Adi Tarapur, Paramveer Chakra. Then there is Neville Foley and Yogi Aluwalia and Major Jadhav on the left side to the right of Colonel Kak. This should be everybody.
Ajay, and this one.
Jaswant Anjal Narut.
Ajay on the left,
Jaswant Singh.
Hanut on the right, and Jaswant Singh in the center.
Ajay Singh.
Yes. Defense Minister.
It's an interesting photograph.
Is that VM Kapoor?
Is it?
Where is this?
This looks like
61. Looks like Major Balwant on the extreme right. First horse.
That's right.
Yeah.
General Bhardwaj, sir.
This is Hirday call.
Yeah, that's Hirday call, and otherwise, this is a visit by General Bevur, and I think 75 or 76 to 62 cavalry.
Yes.
That's Rajveer Gill who's going to shake hands.
Rajveer Gill, correct.
Yeah.
DM
So
Singh,
now
DM on the right.
this is General Bavur's visit to the regiment. Of course, extreme left, of course, Brigadier Call, then General Call, RCO, General Harwant,
Harwant.
then General Harwant, and you can see Bavur. Immediately to the right of Bavur, you can see
Dimpy
Sani,
Bhargav ji.
then GD, General GD, Kuldeep, RS Gill sir, Jem, and Saf. So that's how we are all lined up.
Left is General Vijay Sani. Extreme left, not visible, not very clearly visible.
And it's covered.
Covered partially, Vijay Sani.
Oh,
Mal.
No. Nobody likes it.
No.
Who is it?
Might as well give me
Bunny's wedding.
Bunny and Ruby.
Malli, Bunny, KK.
Malli.
Oberoi came.
AK.
Chitinder Singh.
Yeah. AK behind Bunny.
AK
behind Bunny and Ruby and CP. Chandra Prakash. Then Oberoi.
came.
Shegil. You recollect this?
Yes, Baba was not recognized over there. Rajan Oberoi. KMS Shegil.
Yes, 66.
He looks familiar. No.
Very ancient.
You know Sardars in this? All shot.
All Sardars in this.
9. Is General JP there in this? Standing left, third.
No, sir.
No. Not JP.
No, not JP.
DP.
Not Shamsher.
No.
Should I? Arav.
Maybe covered up again.
করো আমাদের ফটো দেখা যাও
চলে
1953 Bapre.
Wow. Oh my God.
Not born.
Wow.
So thank you, sirs, and all the ladies. That brings us to the end of our first session. So the aim was twofold. One was to, meet up with everyone together and also try and connect people who've not been in touch over the years. So this is, I think, giving an opportunity to catch up. What we will do, we will plan another event sometime soon, next month or a month after. And I think this year, this time we thought we'd just give people the opportunity to say something, some anecdotes. I think next time what we'll do is try and look at some interesting war stories that people could tell us, the incidents 65, 71, or any other events, operational events that they would like to share with us. So Colonel Bedi just indicated that we'll do it once in 3 months. So till then, do stay in touch, stay happy, enjoy yourselves, and keep an eye on Mr. Trump.
Thank you, Anil, for steering it very well.
Thank you.
Thank you,
all of
Thank
you.
you, Sujata.
All the best to you. Thank you very much, HS. God bless. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Anand.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
thank you
much.
so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Rakesh.
Now that
Bye,
we
sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, Manoj.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
now that we got a pulse of it, and we got onto the frequency, I think it'll be much easier to get on with
Yeah.
next lot of rounds. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
bye,
you.
sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Deepak.
Anand.